What's up, guys? Today I'm basically going to teach you how to make a dubstep drop that, well, no, let me rephrase that. I'm going to help you with your dubstep drop. Basically, a lot of dubstep drops that I hear from beginners, they sound really random, and a lot of the basses are really out of place sounding, and that is because there's a few reasons for that. Let me tell you. One, a lot of basses on YouTube that you can learn the tutorials and whatnot, a lot of producers prefer different effects on their basses. That's why when I make tutorials, I don't really put any effects on it, because I'm gonna leave that to you guys. I want basically, if you take any basses that I've taught you and you put them together, they will fit just due to the fact that I didn't put any effects on them really. If I did, it was just something basic like a small dimension expander or maybe a little distortion. But a lot of basses out there, they're going to be different because different producers prefer different things, and when you put them together, they're obviously going to clash. You understand? So one thing you can do to definitely help you is when you're following a tutorial, somebody else's tutorial, you should probably play it without the effects to see what it sounds like, and then play it with them. And then, I mean, if you like it better with the effects, then maybe you can add the effects to the other bass, the same effects, or you can maybe add an external plug-in like a distortion to both of them. Maybe that will help it sort of build the sound together. But yeah, that might not help it. It might not. Another reason why they might not fit is because they're going to be different volumes, most likely. When you put two massive patches in, you're going to want them to be the same volume, like as close as you can get to the same volume. You don't want one really low and one really high. That's just going to not sound good at all. Okay? And another thing is, sometimes producers will put the sub into the massive. They'll add the sub bass, they'll add a sine wave in there and drop it low, and it will be basically the sub. But what you don't want that in your mid basses. You want to cut all sub frequencies if you can, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. You're going to want to cut all sub frequencies and link it to a sub bass. I've done a tutorial on how to do that already, but I'll show you in this tutorial basically how to cut the subs out. I'm not going to go really in depth in the linking up a sub bass or anything, but I'll show you how to do that. And also, wait, I think that's it. Oh yeah, you really need to use your ears for this as well, guys. Like, that's another big thing. I'm assuming that you can tell when it doesn't sound right. That's probably why you're watching this. You know that something's not right, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to show you a few things you can do that will sort of prevent this, or it will help. And the first thing is basically self-explanatory. Let me go ahead and load a massive patch in. Let's see, massive. Basically, what I'm going to tell you how to do now. You load a patch in, basically. Let me get a patch. Doesn't matter. I'll get Weird Reese. Oops. Which I've taught you how to do already. You know how to make this sound, but I'm not here to teach you how to make these sounds right now. I'm here to teach you how to make yours fit together a little more. Okay? Alright, and that's kind of loud, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn that down right there because it's peaking. Control L to link it up to a new channel. I'm going to this is how you take the subs off, okay? Go to this you open up parametric EQ like I just did, number 2, and go to this purple tab right here and click the top of it and drag down to that one right there. That's what it looks like, that little hill. And then drag this little black box down. You have to go down one more. Drag it down all the way to where you see 4. And then what you're going to want to do over here is turn this BW up a little bit, so it's just cutting the subs like so. Probably about right there is good. what you'll do next is, if you go back to my tutorial, you'll link a sub up to it, which is, I mean, that's what you'll do next. Alright, so we have that. Let's go ahead and make this pattern a little bigger so I can demonstrate. I have just a basic drum pattern, just kick, snare, kick, snare. Let's make this, change that up. Alright, so what we have now is this. So the most self-explanatory thing you could do is to clone this and edit this bass, the clone. You can edit this by adding the LFO over here to the cutoff. So, and then clicking sync and then linking, setting it up however you want, I guess. Do 1/8. So let's see what that sounds like. And so those don't clash, obviously, because they're the same bass, just edited a little different. Also, what you could do with this one, you could add it to a new FX channel, and you could throw a flanger on it. You could throw grow speed on it. Grow speed's pretty awesome FL plugin. You can mess with that. You could put a phaser on it, some distortion, wow, any type of filter really. But I'm not really going to get into that. I mean, you can throw any effect on it if it's the same thing, and then you'll have some different effects, I guess, with it, if you want it to sound super different. Okay, but say that's not what you want to do. You want to do something different. You can also, let's see, what else can I mess with over here? Okay, well, yeah, okay, sorry, I don't even know what I'm doing. That was the most self-explanatory way to do it. Another thing is, what you want to probably check on is the voicing. You don't want a lot of, well, you have to use your ears on this one. A lot of the times, my voicing is actually like 2 or 3 over, but this one's 1 for some reason. I'm not sure. I don't know. But a lot of the times, if the voicing is a lot different, you don't want it to be too different. I'd say 2 or 3 max. But then again, you have to use your ears for it, and there's sometimes there's different results for different sounds, so I can't really tell you exactly not to do that. But let me go ahead and open up a few basses that they're really old. Whenever I first started producing, I sort of it's when I used to watch tutorials and stuff all the time. So here we go with this bass. This was a tutorial bass. Oh wait, no, that's not right. What? Oh, I opened the wrong one. Jesus. Alright, let me go ahead and drop that down. That's really loud. You see, I need to turn that down. As you can see, look at the voicing over here. A lot of tutorials will do that to you. You need to go ahead and turn that down to about 2 or 3. That's inappropriate. See, all that did was really make it boosted the sound. Oops. And then I'll go ahead and add, wait, let's just see what this sounds like. As you can see, those do not match at all, okay? And now let's find out why exactly. Let's turn this off. Let's turn this dimension expander down. We only have 1 oscillator, so, oh, I can see that the phase is on it, so let's see what the phase is at. Okay. And you can already see turning this tube off really helped it. Okay, so let me play it with the tube and without the tube. They're more of the same distortion level now. They're more they fit together better, okay? That's the main reason your basses don't fit together, is because effects and maybe M talk. That's one I would really stay away from, guys. I don't really get any good results from that. I don't hear any good results either. I would stay away from. A lot of people like to use that because it's the modern talk. It's the yoy, the talking bass. You don't want that though. Now, if you want a talking bass, use wow. Wow is incredible for that. But I'm not done yet. Let's see. What else can I tell you? Okay, so I've gone over the effects. You're going to want to dim the effects down as much as possible. For dimension expanders, definitely do not have it up that high. I would definitely drop it down as low as possible to get the it will still expand it. You just don't want to expand too much because it will sound really bad. And for distortions, Classic Tube and Bronner Tube are probably better than Teletube. This is just one that I followed from a tutorial, and yeah, but I'm not using any for that one, so that's all I have right there. Let me open up a different sound, and just so I can show you a few examples. See, I got M Talk there. I'm not gonna even like this, I can tell you that already. What the hell? Obviously that's not going to sound if it's turned up too loud for one. The M-Talk, you can't really hear it that much, so it's not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and turn this T-tube off real quick. So, and see, what I did there is I turned the drive up, and sometimes you might have to turn the drive up. That might be what makes it fit with the other one. The other one's a little more distorted than this one, so I turn the drive up and it gives it that extra crispy distortion sound. So let's listen. And also, this is just a tip, guys. What I like to do with my bass is not always, but a majority of the time, I like to put a kick when each bass starts, unless it's at a snare, obviously. So just like I did there, there's two basses next to each other, or two notes, and then I put a kick where each note starts, basically. So. And also, if you want to. You see how this one is set up at 112. What you can do is automate it, okay, by clicking sync and then automate that. But that's not very reliable. What I like to do is I'll clone this and just change the ratio up. So I'm going to change that up to 1/2, I guess. And this is what we've got. That might be too high. And so, okay, sorry, I was just kind of messing around right there. I'm probably going to cut that out of the video anyway. But, so as you can see, there's a lot of ways you can make it fit in. Using effects, removing effects, messing with the voicing. You just, like I said before, you really need to use your ears. And if you're following a tutorial, go back to the patch you made and change it, remove things until it sounds right. You got to play with it. But this is a basic way of doing it, the way I just showed you. I changed some of the effects, I added some. You just have to play around with it. I can't tell you how to use each bass with each other unless you just go off of one bass, right? If you have one bass like this weird Reese, okay? Let me go ahead and just delete. Actually, what I'll do is open up weird Reese in those. Or just this one, actually, and I'll delete this one. Oops, did not mean to clone that. And I'll put this back where it was on pattern 3. So this is what we have. See, you have to adjust the volume. You see how it's louder, and I dropped it down, okay? But what I can do now is I have the same thing right here, and this is a little bit for more advanced users, I guess. You have to know your way around Massive a little bit more, but well, I guess you could follow the tutorial and just edit these accordingly, and you'll still probably it'll still sound the same as long as you don't edit the master volume. You don't edit any. Well, I mean, you could edit envelopes; they don't matter for that at least, and keep the effects over here the same. That will definitely help a lot. So yeah, you should probably try doing that. Go ahead and get a bass you like, the main bass you're going to use in your song. If you're going to follow another tutorial, just edit these, edit this, edit any of this, but try to stay away from the master volume or any of the effects. That will definitely help a lot for sure, I'm thinking. But you can also always experiment on your own and clone it and make your own bass, really. So let me just do a format type thing here. I'll do that. Format. Okay, and see, that's another way. But really, you'd want to change more than just one. I would probably also change this to another thing. Let's just see. You see, I changed that to Frozen, and I also changed this to a format saw wave, and now it's all the same effects basically, just different things in the oscillator, you know. And I guess that sums up this tutorial really. I really hope that this helped somebody at least a little bit. That's why I make these videos, obviously. But I'm not sure. I really hope this is what you wanted. There's been someone that's been like asking for this tutorial always. Every time I ask, and I saw it and I just never, because I didn't know how I'd make this tutorial, and I finally said I don't know how to make it, but he responded and told me this is what he would like. So I tried, and I'm hoping this is good enough. I'm hoping this helps. So yeah, I'm gonna make some more bass tutorials because those are a lot easier to explain. So you guys can still leave comments and let me know what you'd like to see. If this didn't help, tell me how I can make this better, how else I can explain, what else I can do. I'll probably go into some more effects you can use on the bass to make it sound better than just straight out of Massive. But yeah, I hope this helped again. And if you like this video and you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, comment, like it, thumbs up, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.